Shkoyach, amazing effort, terrific job to continue to pursue this Shnayim Mikra project, Tiskul and Mitzvah. You continue to grow in Torah and your connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in your Avas Torah and your ability to connect to the Rebbeinu Shalom through this special medium, this mitzvah, this din of the Shulchan Aruch of learning the Parsha every week. It's really interesting. Of course, we all know that one of the three mitzvahs that we have when we enter Eretz Yisrael as a nation is to build the Beis HaMikdash, to build a building, a structure. At the same time, the pasuk describes here at Parashat Kedoshim that when we come into the land of Israel, unitatem kol eitz machal, we are encouraged to plant trees, very much like Adam Rishon experienced when HaKadosh Baruch Hu put him in Gan Eden, Vayita Hashem Elokim Gan Be'eden. The Medrash points out that HaKadosh Baruch Hu planted trees. Now, these two concepts of building and planting are very different from each other. When you build, you have to have a specific structure. You have to have an engineer identify exactly where is the foundation and how are the pillars set. And if it's off by even a few millimeters, you're going to have a very serious problem. On the other hand, when it comes to planting, it's the opposite. It's very organic. It's just free-flowing. You can't tell exactly how large the tomatoes are going to be in that tomato plant. And yet, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to understand that our lives of Ruchnius are really a synthesis of these two. This is expressed in Rav Wolbe's Zriya Ubinyan Bechinuch when it comes to child raising, but it's true for davening and all aspects of Avodas Hashem. That on the one hand, there is a structure, there is a fixed scaffold, there is a path that has specific steps and things that we need to do that give us this connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a rigid and fixed way. When it comes to davening, we have a siddur. There are words that we need to say. At the same time, it's also meant, of course, to be organic and personal. And nobody's davening, nobody's avodas Hashem is going to look like somebody else's. Each one of us, like the Rambam writes in the Parashat Mishnayos in the end of Maseches Makos, that there are 613 mitzvos because each person is going to have one mitzvah that they're going to love and connect to and be on the deepest level that's unique to them. And that's why there's such a smorgasbord, so many different mitzvos, because we differ in our relationship to Torah and mitzvos. Each one has a different neshama, and we need both. So when we were growing up, we used to plant tomato plants. We didn't just have tomato plants lying on the floor because the tomatoes would be eaten up by the worms and the ants and the bugs. So we had a grate that we would buy at Home Depot or Heckinger or wherever it was that had a little bit of scaffolding. It had metal wires, and we would plant the tomato plants, and as it grew, we would make sure that the vines were twirled around the different pieces of metal so that it wouldn't fall to the ground. And that's our davening, that's our chinuch, that's our avodas Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us mitzvos. He gave us the chazals, Anshe Knesset Gadol, the siddur. These are the scaffolding to help us keep growing and climbing. But at the same time, we need to be growing organically. We need to be the ones to invest our energy to find what is it that's drawing us, which aspect of Torah, which aspect of Yadus, and to pursue that within the scaffolding, within the binyan, unetatem kol eitz machal, to make sure that our Torah, our Yiddishkeit, and our growth is organic and personal to us. Good Shabbos.